Stallone, doing the diaries. Yeah, there was one time doing Demolition Man, and it was around the 90s, I believe, and, I was co-working with Wesley Snipes. He's a great guy, Wesley. It was I was doing the pleasure to work with Kurt Russell, I got the pleasure of working with a very beautiful Julianne Moore, and she came over to me for some advice. So I said, hey, what do you think you need? A very pretty lady. She said, hey, thank you. And then, anyway, me and Bruce Willis, we're good friends, and we were at a campsite with our kids, and so anyway, I opened up a pack of graham crackers, and I was wondering, I said, hey, Bruce, I said, how do you make a s'more? He said, you don't know how to make s'mores? I said, hey, I didn't want to sound stupid, So I said, anyway, I said, yeah, of course I know how to make a s'more, Anyway, I said, well, you don't know how to make a s'more? He said, well, you're the one that asked. I said, well, so it's not getting offended. I said, why you gotta disrespect me? Just 'cause I know how to make a s'more. He said, hey, there's no disrespect. He said, you just like, 40-something years old, I thought you knew how to make a s'more. Hey, look, not everybody out there knows how to make a s'more, all right? Anyway, after we did Rocky 3, I got kind of tired of doing the boxing thing, so I told my agent, I said, I don't think I should do any more Rockies. He said, hey, people out there that want Rocky, I said, I know that, I said, but Sly wants to go in a different direction. So instead of Rocky, I think he's Italian, so, he can do all kinds of different things. Well, you know what, while we have Rocky work at a fish market, he can sell fish for, discounts at good prices. And he said, no, that wouldn't make a good movie, so I said, I'm not going to do Rocky anymore. So then we did 3 more Rockies. One time I was at the museum, I was there with my wife, and I saw this, little nice-looking thing. She came up to me, she said, hey, Sly. I said, hey, what's going down? She said, hey, I'm a big fan. So I could tell she was feeling the vibe, you know what I mean? So when she came up to me, I said, hey, I'm a married man. I said, you can't be saying these things in front of my wife. I said, hey, you gonna do it with my wife ain't looking.